I modded my Nintendo 3DS. I'm going to show you how to do it in the quickest rapid fire way possible. If you would like to just watch how to mod it, please skip to this time. With that being said, let's begin. So I've been getting back into my Nintendo 2DS recently, and I've been having a ton of fun on it. And it's just brought back lots of great memories of me growing up and having this. So I thought, hey, I'm going to start using this as a camera because I thought it was really funny to bring the 2DS everywhere and use it as a camera. And it was really fun just to get people's reaction when you pull out a 2DS and you're taking photos on it. People just kind of love that. So I'm like, hey, this is great. But the issue was I needed a lot more memory on it because I only had a 4 gigabyte SD card. And to realize that 4 gigabytes back in the day was a lot is really crazy to think about how today, like 1 terabyte is like the norm on a computer. The fact that just having like 4 gigabytes back in the day was considered so much was crazy. I could not just work with having 4 gigabytes. I needed more. So I went and bought myself a 128 gigabyte SD card. The issue was that I plugged it in and it didn't work at all. I could not access my SD card. It kept telling me like, yeah, we can't use this, sorry. And I was devastated. How am I supposed to take more photos on my 2DS if my SD card won't work? So I started studying it thinking that, well, I just wasted a bunch of money. Wrong. I found out you need to go into formatting and change it to a FAT32, which means nothing to me. I have no idea what that means, but I know that's what the DS uses for its SD card. I could do that. That's super easy. So I looked into how to do it, but the issue was I had nothing that could accept an SD card. So I was like, oh, I need to buy one. Problem was, I was in the middle of moving from my old college to my new college and to like where I was doing my summer work. I never got around to it. And finally, after being at my new college for over 6 months, I was like, oh, I should finally fix the SD card issue. So I went to my library and asked them if they had an SD card adapter for the computer. And surprisingly, they did. I tried to use the school computer to do this stuff. Well, the school computers don't let you download software. So nope, failed it. But so I went and asked the guy, hey, can I take this? And the guy at the desk was like, yeah, you can take that home if you want. Problem was, they're gonna close soon, so I just turned it in. I was like, I'll come back tomorrow and grab it. So next day I go in, I grab it, I take it to my computer, boom, it was a nightmare. I had to go to different softwares to use it because the first one I used was recommended, but you had to pay for it. But the thing is, it doesn't tell you you have to pay for it until you already download it and then ask it to convert. Then it's like, oh, you can't do that, you have to pay. It was really scummy. Then I got one that was free, we plugged it in, and here's the results. After so much struggling, I finally got the SD card in here to finally get over to a FAT32 system, and now I finally have so much space. Yes! Now that I'm feeling like a professional hacker man, the time has come to now mod my Nintendo 2DS. The reason I even wanted to mod it was after I kept looking on how to change the SD card, I kept seeing videos about people saying why you should mod your DS, and I thought modding was a super hard thing to do. I thought I was gonna have to change a bunch of parts in the system or things that were too risky for me. I thought I was just gonna brick my system and not be able to use my 2DS. That was until I watched KevDog Plays, and he explained it so well on YouTube. In about an hour and 20 minutes, I completely modded my DS and got it fully working, and I was so proud that I was finally able to do this. I would highly recommend people look into modding their 2DS or 3DSs if they have them, but just in case if there's any change, make sure you always have that guide open and follow it. Do not just follow a YouTube guide because it's constantly changing, but having a YouTube guide and the guides list open at the same time and following both of them makes it so you can just feel a lot easier about what you're doing. And I would highly recommend. It is so much easier than you would think. And here I am right after I had just finished following all the steps and I just rebooted my DS. Oh yes! Oh yes! Okay, my heart's been racing. I think I got. Okay, so I just finished modding it. I think at least I got most done. There's new software. That means everything's working right now. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm sorry if the camera's shaky. Oh. Yes! Oh goodness, yes! Oh, I got it working. Oh my goodness. I need to breathe for a second. I am like, my heart, like, I actually like I don't think my hand's shaking. Oh, it's a little bit, but my heart is racing like crazy. Okay, yes, Yes! With it now officially being modded and I now have access to everything that I need, I just needed to now practice how to use the different applications. But I also wanted to make sure that everything was working properly. So I went into Amino? However it's pronounced, I don't know. But point being, I went into it to test if it was working and if I could change my background. So here is me doing that. Alright, hardest one. I'm gonna try to download. Come on, work. Yes. Okay, it's working. Alright, so now if I click start, okay, I got my power off. I'm nervous. And that's how I ended up modding my 2DS. Now let's get into how to actually mod it. First, you're gonna need to get an SD card and make sure that it is switched to FAT32 for the system. Once that, make sure that is between 32 to 64 gigabytes if you have an old one. You can go up to 128 for the newer ones. You should not go any higher than 128. It will slow down everything and might not work. Then you need to put the SD card back in and make sure your system is fully updated by going to your settings and going to the most recent update version and let it update. Once it's updated, you can turn it off, take the SD card out, and put it into your computer any way that you can. Now we're going to begin the actual modding part. While you're doing this, make sure you have 3ds.hacks.guide open. It guides you on how to update and mod 3DSs. It does this in the most recent way possible and makes sure that you are always up to date. What I'm going to show you right now does work for right now, which is June of 2025, but I would make sure you always have that open and you follow it, even if you follow along with these steps or on a different YouTube video. Always have that open so you know that you're always up to date on what you need. Download the file MSET9 onto your computer and it will be zipped. Open it up and then take everything inside the file and you're going to move it into the SD card. You're also going to need to make sure you have Python downloaded. Any 3-point system will work for it. Once you have both those downloaded and you have the MSET9 files moved onto your SD card, you're going to open up the .bat file or the window batch file there. Once that's done, it should open up command prompt and you're going to put in the number that relates to your model and the system update that you currently have. Once that's there, you're going to type 1 to create the MSET9 ID 1 and then hit 1 again to confirm. Once that's all done, take out your SD card and put it back into your DS and then immediately open the Me app. Yes, I'm serious. Once you have that open, you're going to click the home button and then you're going to go into your system settings. This is so you can get some files on the SD card that you need. Once you're in system settings, you're going to click on data management, 3DS, then the software. Then you're going to click reset the data, then turn it off once it is complete. Remove the SD card and move it back into your computer. Once you do it, you're going to open back up your files and you're going to open the .bat window batch file again. You're going to do the same number, then type 0, and then take the SD card back to your DS, turn it on, and make sure that the cursor is over the system management. If it is not over it when you start it, then you need to move it onto the system management and do not open it. Power off your DS, then turn it back on, and make sure that it's hovering it when it starts. Once you turn it on and it's hovering, then start it. Once you open system management, click on data management, then 3DS, then extra data. After that, do not click anything. Only thing you want to do is take your SD card out with the DS still on. Do not touch anything on the DS, just take out the SD card. Once that's done, take your SD card back into your computer and make sure the DS stays on the entire time. And then you're going to open the .bat window batch file again, and you're going to enter the same starting number. Then you are going to press 3, which is going to inject a trigger file onto your SD card. Close and put your SD card back into the DS while it is still on, and this should open up a brand new menu. You are going to just scroll down and click save and exit. Once that is done, power off your DS and move the SD card back into the computer, where you are going to once again open up the .bat window batch file. You are going to enter the same starting number. Then you are going to press 4, which is to remove the trigger, and then after a little bit it will give you the option to type the number 5, which is to remove MSET9. Click that, and then once that is done, you need to download these files, which is x_finalize_helper.firm and finalize.romfs, which is all found on 3ds.hacks.guide. Once those are downloaded, you're going to drag finalize.romfs into the root of your SD card, which just means the main area, so not a folder, just the main area of the SD card. After that is done, you're going to open the Luma folder and then open the payload folder, and then you're going to drag x_finalize_helper.firm into that folder, and then you can close it down and then take your SD card and put it back to your DS and turn it on. Once your DS is on the home screen, you are going to press the L button, the downpad button, and the select to open the Rosalina menu. Once that is open, you're going to click miscellaneous options, then dump DSP firmware. Press B and then go to nullify user offset Press B until you are on the home screen, and then turn off the console and leave the SD card in. Now we're going to open God Mode 9. While you're doing this, you're going to hold down X, and then you can hit the power button and stay holding the X button, and that should open the title screen for God Mode 9. Once it's open, if it says RTC time is wrong, set it to the correct date. If you do not get that message, you are fine. You don't need to worry about it. Then you're going to press the home button and scroll to scripts, then finalize. Press A until a backup is made, then follow the code that is there. That should open a file that shows you how to do a setup. Once you're done looking at that, just press the A button. You can power it off, go back to your computer with the SD card, go into the GM9 folder, which is the God Mode 9 folder, and then go to backups and save that onto your computer in case there's an emergency and something bricks your Nintendo DS. Brick just means that it doesn't work anymore, and then you can be able to reset it. Once that is done, you can take the SD card back, put it back into your DS, open it up. You should get all the modded apps, and then you are free to enjoy.